Kilometer crochet, day 36 of crocheting one row every day to represent how many kilometers we drive during our cross-country van trip. We started the day off by driving to the trailhead of the hike we're doing today. King's Throne! Sounds epic, doesn't it? Before hiking, we thought it would be wise to not skip breakfast, so we ate some yogurt. We then packed our bags and brought some snacks for the hike. We put the harness on Beanie and she's resisting less these days. The first part of the hike before it divides into the King's Throne and the other trail is forested and gently inclined. At one part, the trail had this fluffy plant. As we got to walking, we got warm and took off some layers. We soon got to a bench with a nice view. We sat and enjoyed for a bit before noticing these cigarette butts. Make it make sense. How can you smoke and hike at the same time? We continued on, and this is where the terrain got rough. It was very steep and had a lot of loose rock. At least there were some pretty purple flowers to look at. This terrain continued on until we got to the seat of the throne. They call it the throne because it's a flat plateau surrounded by a high ridge that surrounds the back of the seat. We can see it better from the bottom later. We sit and eat some of our snacks before moving on, and we move on quite quickly because it's pretty cold and windy. And look, a mini rock slide. Let's hope it stays mini. We then continued our ascent to the top of the throne. If you can believe it, it's even steeper. We kept on going, and I started taking little naps along the way, questioning whether I even wanted to keep going. Rebekah wanted to, though, so I also just went along. She's the Energizer Bunny, and I am the Sleepy Bunny. Eventually, we made it to the top. But again, we didn't stay long because it was very windy and cold. We started the descent, and wow, we usually don't hike with poles, but it may have been useful here. We both slipped a handful of times because of all the loose rock, but we got down without severe injury. Beanie had no issue, though. She would always go in front and look back at us as if saying, "Why are you guys taking so long?" We made it back to the van and we were very happy to be seated. This is going to hurt tomorrow. We drove to our sleeping spot for the night, a random rest area with a pit toilet, and cooked dinner. Tang again. I cut up all the vegetables, made the sauce, and then decided the chicken was too small, so I also fried 2 eggs. This dish comes together so fast and easy, it's great. And after the hike today without a proper lunch, it was exactly what we needed. We then brushed Beanie's teeth and got ready for bed. So today we drove a total of 63 kilometers, so that would be 6 brown stitches and 94 white stitches to represent how many kilometers we drove today. See you next time on